Crowdfunding insider secrets telling your story. Well, as we discussed in last week's teleseminar, what we call a crowdfunding project is actually your story. So the question remains, why do we like stories so much? Actually, we don't just like stories, we actually love stories. Researchers at the Center for Neuroeconomic Studies at Claremont Graduate University discovered that stories activate oxytocin, a hormone in our brain. And this hormone is actually called the love hormone by the scientific community. That's because it's associated with romantic attachment, human bonding, and yes, sex. In other words, stories are sexy. So why do they trigger such a strong reaction? Well, research suggests that it's because we identify with whoever is telling the story and whatever the story is about. We actually put ourselves in their shoes. After all, we're all people, and we all experience the same fears, desires, joys, and ambitions. Simply put, strong stories are key into our emotions in a deep and profound way. We identify with them in a way that we don't identify with raw data. That's why Jared's story of his miracle sandwich diet was so effective for Subway. It's why raw black and white data wouldn't have been nearly as effective. They could tell us how many calories it have and protein and all those things like that. And it would have been nowhere comparison to Jared's personal story of how he lost 100 pounds by eating, as he claimed, 2 Subway sandwiches a day for several years. And that story was so compelling that people rushed to the Subway stores, and it made that franchise the fourth largest franchise in the country because of one man's experience. It was so compelling. So many people identified with it, desiring to lose weight, and thought, well, if Jared can do it, I can do it. So in plain English, a compelling story is more important to someone than facts. Think about that. Again, let me say that. A compelling story is more important than facts. That's why it's important that we tell our story in a compelling way. So you may think your story is incomplete. That's okay. Wherever we are is a good place because someone out there, in fact, many people identify with our struggles, our journeys, our goals, our aspirations, wherever we're going. And there's nothing wrong with that. At a later point, go ahead and go back to that story and update it as you get more success and more experience in crowdfunding. So in next week's edition of this newsletter, we're going to discuss the 4 key factors of storytelling, also called story selling. Until then, this is Bill Moist. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.